All right, welcome to Hooked2Hunt. Today, we're gonna be talking about my full saddle setup, basically going through what equipment I use, how I climb the tree, and so forth, to hopefully give you a good idea to get started on saddle hunting. When's a good time to saddle hunt? Saddle hunting is an excellent way to hunt if you're gonna go and try to hunt public ground, if you have property somewhere where you're not allowed to set up stands or you don't already have stands set up. Let's say you pick up a property last minute going into the rut. Well, you're probably not going to want to go in there and disturb everything, so a saddle may be a good option for you. But we're going to go through my full saddle setup. There's many different ways to do this. All right, the saddle I'm using today is a tethered saddle. I also have the Predator platform attached to it with a tethered pouch. So when you go to get in your saddle, kind of lay it out like so. You step through, and you pull it up around you. Clip the belt. You latch these two on. Make sure you pull her around the boys. And I always take this and I tuck it in. Otherwise, what's going to happen is when you go to climb the tree or climb down from the tree, you're going to end up catching that on your climbing sticks, and you're going to create a problem of some sort. So, throwing all my extra straps in my pocket. I have Hawk Helium climbing sticks, 4 Hawk Helium climbing sticks, and I got one of the straps wrapped all the way around and cinched up to keep these snug and tight so they don't fall off. I use 4 sticks, and I also have an aider on my first stick. So you can add aiders to all your sticks if you want. That's an option. You might be able to get down to 3 sticks and cut your weight down. So this setup right here, Predator platform, tethered saddle. I got my lineman's rope and my tethered rope in here. This whole setup weighs, what do we say, 23 pounds? So I weigh 190, and then it was 113 pounds with all this gear on, not including the coat. So 23-pound setup. When I'm going into the woods, I just attach the strap on here. I'll throw that strap over my shoulder. I got everything else on here. Grab my bow, and I'm set to go. Pretty lightweight setup for the most part. So what do you do when you get to the tree? Today, I'm gonna be climbing this tree over here. It's not your perfectly straight up and down tree. It has a V at the top. You have a lot of flexibility with what type of trees you can climb. The biggest thing that you do not want to do is pick a tree out that is too big or round. You start getting something too round, it's gonna be very hard for you to get your straps and your climbing sticks on there and your Predator platform. Not saying you can't do it, but it's more challenging. You might have a little bit more risk there. So first up, I'm gonna set everything up right here at ground level so you guys can see exactly what it looks like down here, so it's easier for you guys to see it. And then I'll do the full climb. So a lot of people might want to know how you get the bow up in the tree. I basically have a retractable leash here. I can link the brand and stuff in the description. But you just clip the leash on your cam and you're good to climb. All right, when you get to the tree, let's say I've already climbed up on this tree with my climbing sticks. I'll go through, like I said, that whole process here in a little bit. But I would be hanging off the tree. I have my lineman's rope, so as I climb, I can stay safely secured to the tree at all times with my lineman's rope. When I get to a point to where I want to put my platform up, so I'm up the tree and I get to the height that I want, then I'm going to switch over to my tether. I have a Rope Man 2 clip on here. It originally had like a cinch knot type setup. I'm not sure the exact terminology, but I replaced it out with the Rope Man. So now at this point, I'm going to click on my tether, cinch that up tight. I can now pull my lineman's rope off. Now I'm hanging here on the tree. Reach back, unhook one strap, the predator platform, pull out the predator platform, hopefully more silent and quietly than what I just did there. If you haven't noticed, I got knee pads, and the specific reason for that is when I'm hunting, you can change positions. People wonder if saddles are uncomfortable. I actually can sit longer in a saddle than I can in a tree stand. You can change and alter your positions, but these help out when you're leaning your knees against the trees, especially if you have bad knees like I do. So with this predator platform, cinch it down, fold it up, cinch it down, fold it up. Do that a couple times till you get pretty snug. And then you're going to step up onto the platform. And adjust your tether. So I got two different bags. I got one where I keep my lineman's rope in here. The other one I keep my tethered rope on the right hand side. This one is from Tethered. The bag I got on this side is just a additional bag I just bought on Amazon. But I have a tethered accessory strap that I use also for a bow hanger. So I will be putting this on next. And I would usually put this on just above my head. And you can see this clip right here that I have on here. This does not come with saddle setup. This is a Hero clip. I bought this on Amazon. It works out pretty good for a bow hanger. I have gun tape, camo gun tape wrapped around it just to make it quiet so when you put your bow on it. And then usually I take this tail end and I have that coming down somewhere on the back right hand side of the tree. If I do bring my camera bag and other gear, I'll hook it and let it hang on the back, and then I can kind of lean down and access whatever I need. So I got that all clipped up, got the bow hanger clipped up. I got little S hooks on here as well that I can hook any other gear on there in my quiver. But at this point, I'm gonna pull my bow up. Knock an arrow. I hook my quiver on the back side of the tree. So that's how I have everything in the tree. So however you have this set up, you want, wherever you think the deer are gonna come from, you want it set up so it's primarily coming on your left-hand side. If you're left-handed, if you're right-handed, it's gonna be the opposite, but this is gonna be your strong side. Everything's gonna be a lot easier to shoot and pull back on your strong side. Weak side, you can still shoot. You're gonna end up bringing it over your line here to make the shot. I actually shot my doe earlier this year shooting weak side. It can be done, shot it right through the heart at 20 yards. So it can be done. There's many different ways to mess around and shoot weak side, strong side. You can also stand, move around, put the rope over your shoulder, and you can shoot all the way out and shoot the weak side. And you can even hang if you want and swing pretty far over to your weak side as well. So plenty of options. Accessories, S-clips. I got a rope man too, got the hero clip, got the tethered accessory strap, and like I said, I got the tethered saddle on. That's the quick setup. Now I'm gonna get down and I'm gonna go through the whole process of climbing up in the tree and then getting back down again. All right, I'm gonna do the full setup with the climb. So you're walking through the woods, find your nice deer trail, deer crossing, funnel, over here on your left-hand side. Okay, this is my tree. First stick with the aider on it. All the next climbing sticks that I put on here, I'm gonna have hooked on that top hook of that first stick. Don't forget to hook your bow up to your leash. Anytime you use an aider, make sure you dig your toe into the tree. You see people that fall sideways and so forth, it's because they don't use it correctly. But if you put your foot in, put weight, dig your toe into the tree, you'll stay a lot more steady as you're climbing. At this point, I'm going to put the lineman's rope on. And like I mentioned before, if you can find a tree a little thinner than this, everything seems to work a little bit better. This is probably as wide as you want to go with the tree. I'm going to pull these up, making sure I go underneath my lineman's rope. All right, now I'm not saying that this is the best case scenario for all circumstances. If you have private land and you have the time to prepare solid stands where you don't have to go through all this hassle and you sneak in and just climb up the tree and you have clearings cut, that's obviously the better way to go. But this is for all those other times when you don't have stands pre-set up. You're not seeing big deer, shooter deer anymore. Well, you need to start doing something different if you want to target a larger buck. Yeah. So I'm going to do this the correct way. At this point, to stay continually secured to the tree, you're going to take out your tether. This way you stay safe and secure at all times. Clip on your tether. All right, now I can unclip my lineman's rope. All right, got 4 sticks up. This is obviously a weird tree to climb. If you can find a straight up down tree with no V cut in it, you probably want to pick that one, because this will definitely make it a little bit more challenging. Throw your debris out of the way. Hey look, I got an all natural bow hanger here. All right, still got the lineman's rope on. Now I'm gonna hook the tether up. I'm secured with the tether. Now I can get rid of the lineman's rope. All right, got my accessory strap on, tied in with my tether rope. Now I'm gonna pull my boat up with the leash. The leash has a reel on it. You can reel everything back in. Now you're all set up. You'd still hook your quiver up to your utility strap, but when you're up here, I have very easy shots all the way around on my strong side here to completely behind me. You can lean into the trees with your knees. You got your knee pads on to help balance you. And you can also shoot weak side. If you didn't have all the branches and everything here, you could also shoot farther weak side. With the tethered rope over your shoulder. So there's many different applications and good times to use the saddle, as we talked about. I shot a buck last year up in Wisconsin, my first Wisconsin buck. I was able to hunt a property, didn't have time to go up and set up stands ahead of time. And I was able to set up the saddle and shoot a deer there. And I already shot one doe starting off this year on another property that a buddy let me get on last minute, and also didn't have time to set up stands. It's nice because deer are unsuspecting. There's never been any stands there before. But as you can see, it takes a lot more work to get into the tree and to do it quietly and to get down. So do I think it's the best way to go? If you have time to prep on that land, no, I wouldn't go that route. But if you run out of options of places where you're hunting at currently and you need to explore into public land, or you have other areas of a certain land you have that you want to hunt, like you see deer movement change or a buck farther out from where your stand's at, and you can't make that 100-yard shot with the bow, which most of us aren't going to do, a saddle might be an option for you. So hopefully this helped you out. This isn't the only way to do it. If you have different tips and tricks for saddle hunting, what you use, go ahead and comment down below. I want to know what you guys are doing out there in the woods. Hooked to Hunt, out.